This is 3 things that I wish I had done in my high school career that would have completely changed my outlook on high school. Stay tuned throughout the whole video because the last one is probably the most important that can change your entire life, not just high school. Starting with number 1, I wish I had participated more. A lot of high school movies portray people who are just like involved in literally everything in the school. They're in the student body presidency, they're the king of the school playing basketball, football, whatever stuff, or they're like prom queen, anything like that.
Football is what mattered the most.
In actuality, most of us aren't like that. I definitely wasn't. And so participating in high school looks different for a lot of people, but sometimes, like me, I hated participating because I was embarrassed. When I started high school, I really enjoyed going to like football games, but as time went on, I hated dances more and more. I didn't like going to actually be at school, which, I mean, come on, who does? I stopped participating in a lot of things that I could have to improve my high school experience. And honestly, I don't really remember why. I guess there was that one thing that happened in 2020. What was that again? There was like I don't know. But participation for me was lacking a ton, and it's something that I think if I had actually done, or at least implemented a little bit, my high school career would have completely changed, and I would have enjoyed it a lot more than I actually did. And what I mean by participation isn't necessarily just like trying out for every single sport or doing all of everything. What I really mean is being an active participant in things that the school runs. When you participate, you show teachers that you actually care, which can vastly help your grades, but you also show other students that you don't feel like you're above them. You're not above joining this random club, or you're not above just sitting at lunch. Studies have shown that students that participate in things outside of school actually end up doing better in school. So if you're worried about your grades, maybe try participating in some extracurricular. Even then, if you just participate in class by raising your hand or caring, and we'll talk about caring more in another video, but for now, focusing on just participating and getting inside the school, doing things, it will completely change your high school experience. Whether you're in it now or you will be soon, just participate. Do things that maybe make you a little uncomfortable because they might end up changing your life. And speaking of things that are very uncomfortable, for me, I cared a ton about what other people think.
I wish I was high on pot news.
Caring too much about what other people think really shot down my high school experience. I want to preface by saying that high school, yes, is difficult. We've all been there and we know what it's like to be compared with a bunch of people, especially now when we have Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. It's tough to have to compare yourself to all these other people or feel like you do. But when you care about what other people perceive you as, at least too much, then you might end up losing out on opportunities that you would have if you had just given it up a little bit. To illustrate this, I'll take you back to my freshman year of high school.
This is Caleb in the edit. If you don't get anything but one thing from this video, please just don't do what I'm doing here, please.
In my freshman year of high school, I was changing a lot. I was kind of a fat kid in middle school, and I finally started to thin out and got the opportunity to practice basketball every day. It was not only my hobby, but it was one of my favorite things to just be doing. And I really desperately wanted to be on the high school basketball team.
I want to try out for the team again.
Tryouts are over, Billy.
My whole goal of being on the team wasn't necessarily for me to be able to play basketball, although I enjoyed it and I played competitively, at least a little bit. I still wasn't that great, and I'm also like 5'11", maybe 5'10" on a bad day, so I wasn't really basketball material either. But I wanted to be on the team just so I could have friends, and people could see me as being some basketball player. That's the persona that I wanted to have in high school, at least my freshman year. And as you may have guessed already, I got cut. They chopped me pretty quick that second day. I actually saw on the coach's clipboard a C next to my name. I stopped trying after that, even though at the time it was really difficult. Not getting onto the team forced me to become the person that I wanted to be. I still wasn't the best person, and that will lead us to our last point. But for me, caring so much about other people perceiving me as this basketball player completely destroyed my confidence when I didn't make the team. And it also made me confused and wonder like what my purpose was in high school. Like, why am I even here? And so my caution to you guys and my word of advice is to not care so much about what other people think. I know everyone says this and it can be kind of annoying to hear, but most people just say it and they don't tell you how to do it. I'm gonna tell you at least how I do it, and then you can kind of format it to fit your needs. But if I were back in high school again, talking to my freshman self, I would talk about how valuable I was as a person. Each of us are so valuable. We all bring something different and unique to the table. You are unique from everyone else inside your high school class. But what you need to do is be confident in that person that you are. Other people will see that and they'll be drawn to your confidence. Confidence is contagious. Don't be overconfident to the point where you're cocky and then become unkind. Which leads us to our third thing I wish I'd done in high school is be kinder. The world as a whole, and high school especially, is full of bad stuff. And let's face it, high school can be tough when everyone's trying to find out who they are. And for me, I wasn't really kind to the people who didn't understand that yet, and I was trying to find myself too. I wouldn't call myself necessarily a bully, but I also wasn't super nice either. And that is one of the biggest things that if you change, will completely change your high school, your friends, everything. If you are kinder, even when people aren't kind to you. Do unto others as you'll have done to you, the golden rule. If you are kind, or at least kinder to other people, they'll see that and maybe they won't be super kind to you, but other people will be kind to you. They'll see it. It's contagious. Just like confidence, but even more profound. Your kindness can literally change people's lives. In high school, it matters a ton. I can't go through a list of all the people I hurt or was unkind to, because it's just too long. And we all tend to do that sometimes, especially in high school when we're trying to figure out who we are. But I promise you guys, if you're just a little bit kinder, 1% every single day, you can change your life and people around you, their lives, and you'll become a better person after high school, but you'll also have a way better experience in high school. That to me is the most important thing that I wish I had been a lot better at in high school. As you go about this last month or so towards Christmas break, I hope you bring some kindness into your life and some kindness into other people's too. Just remember you're not alone. And these three things, they can help you in high school, but they can also help you after too. Please consider smashing that like button and hitting the subscribe down below. It'll help me out a ton to grow and to make more content for you guys.